Wake up, Marcus, it's time.
Wake up, Marcus!
Hurry up, we don't have much time.
Are you sure you want to go, Lucas? It could be dangerous.
We have to go in there ready for anything, Marcus, right? Maybe there'll be an alien spaceship inside, or the tomb of an ancient king and all of his treasure.
Or a giant frozen dinosaur? And what if it's a secret weapon to take over the world?
Come on, let's hurry. The hangar's gonna be well guarded. We better get going if we don't want Mom and Dad to catch us.
This is so you can so tell as two adult actors,
Yeah.
like, trying and failing to be kids.
Ooh, I have another hot tip for delinquents out there. Alright, so if
Mari's the person who, like, advises you to fight, to pirate stuff, like, you're just a nightmare.
Don't move or I'll shoot! What the hell are you doing out here at this hour? Get back to your home immediately.
Alright, so pirate stuff, don't start fights, finish them.
You're crazy, Lucas. We're lucky that he let us go. But if he catches us again, they're gonna beat our butts.
You do what you want, Marcus. I'm going back.
But anyway, if you see like a master lock or another like one of those little locks that people lock
Can
their
you
sheds
go
with.
underneath the thing? Where are we trying to go?
No, I can't because reasons. Okay, what? Okay.
Like, which ones? Us?
Don't move or I'll shoot!
What?
Don't
I will
shoot,
shoot
sir.
you, child.
We're just kids. We're the Kane boys.
What the hell are you doing out here at this hour? Get back to your home immediately.
A hot tip for opening locks. If there's a master lock or some similarly cheap-looking lock, because master locks, they're like, oh yeah, it's so good. They're not. Take a hairpin, like those hair, like, you know what I'm talking about. Pull the plastic tip off with your teeth. Shove it in there and just rake it out a few times. It'll unlock.
You're teaching people how to steal bikes.
No, wait, don't steal bikes. Just, you know, when you're at school and you want to ditch.
And wait, how would you ditch by picking a master lock?
I don't know. All I'm saying
Where
is
would
the reason
they don't
why
lock you in a school?
the reason why I taught myself that is because I saw an episode of Law and Order where a man like kidnapped women and said, "Oh, only I have the key to get out." And so
Yeah, maybe you just need to frame these things differently.
frame
These things as like self-defense rather than like ditching school or like beating up your fellow classmates.
I'm just saying, don't start it, finish it. Anyway, I hope you guys know I'm joking. I don't want you guys to fight like people. Don't do that. If you get kidnapped, and you have any sort of like bent wire or anything like that, stick it in there and then pull it out fast a few times, and it should unlock. If it's a cheap lock,
Yeah.
like master locks or something.
Don't move or I'll
stop.
shoot!
And if it's a combination lock that somebody like locked you in, I don't know where I'm going.
Yeah, I don't know where either. Is that... Oh, we're the green things.
Yeah, we're the green thing, so we want to go... Ooh. Huh. What do I want to do?
I don't really,
Yeah, I don't really understand. Whoa! I think I'm doing it right. Yeah.
Okay, so we're going down. And then I guess we would go over. Does it show you... It doesn't show you where patrols are, huh? And you can't, like, really look around yourself, which is...
And also for combination locks, hold on. Okay. You can open a combination lock with a tin can. Not a tin
Don't
can,
move
but
or
a
I'll
soda can.
shoot!
Literally the reason why I taught myself this is because I saw an episode of Law and Order where some guy kidnapped women and said like, you can't kill me because only I know the way, only I have the key or combination to get out of here. And I was like, well, time to learn how to pick locks.
Yeah.
And then I was like, that's my plan, and then I'll kill him.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think the one that I always think of is, like, how to get myself out of a car trunk if someone ever locks me in one.
Oh, tell them how to do that. Like, I know how, but I want you to tell them.
So, whatever...
Don't move or I'll shoot.
I don't know if there's a way to go around there.
Okay, go ahead.
I mean, so a couple things you can do. A lot of trunks actually have a latch inside the trunk that you can use to pop the trunk open from the inside, like specifically so that people can't get locked in them. Sorry, I was just looking at the guy. And then...
Tell them how to do the wire thing.
I only know how to do the wire thing if you're, like, breaking into a car, which is basically that you can, like, if you, like, say, locked your keys in your car, then you could take, like, a coat hanger, you know, and you jog it up and down, like, inside the window.
Okay, yeah, you stick it through the...
You, like, make a hook on one end, and then you stick the hook, down the side of the window. This only
works for older cars.
Yeah. If you got a newer car that, like, takes your fingerprint or something, you know, then you should be fine. But if you're in a trunk, you can also try to, especially if it's an older car, try to kick the taillights out.
See, what you can do for most cars, because they have it for kids, is, okay, so you feel around, and you go to the, like, corner of where you are, like, let's face towards where the trunk is, like, where it opens, pull back the carpet and feel around for wires, and don't yank them out, but pull on them in a weird way, like that doesn't look like a blinker, so that if a cop sees that happening, they'll know that somebody's in the trunk.
Oh man, I would just kick the taillight out.
Or you can do that too, but like if you're a little kid.
Oh, right.
Or if you're weak or tied up.
Quick, let's hide.
Yeah. So you, whoa, shit.
What the fuck are you doing, Marcus? Marcus, you fucking idiot. Yeah. So...
Tips on how to escape.
Tips. Hot tips. I hate playing as kids in video games.
We can't go any further. That soldier's blocking the way.
One of us should sneak around the back and find a way to avoid him.
What? Sneak around the back. What?
Sneak around, like... Oh, so you can use just one of them. I think we're going around in a circle.
I know I have to go this way, but the camera sucks.
Oh.
Okay.
Better wait for Marcus before going on.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Ugh.
I hate this camera. It won't let me change it either. Here we go. Anyway, tips on how to escape.
Yeah. So...
By the way, don't start fights. That was a joke.
Now what?
The only way to get to the hangar without being seen is to climb up the telephone pole and hang off of the cable.
Impossible. That pole is right under the guard's nose.
I know, but there's no other way.
Listen, I'm gonna try to get him to look the other way. Meanwhile, you run and climb up the pole. I'll try to set it up so you have enough time.
Okay, but how are you gonna get in?
I'll meet you back at the house. You tell me everything when you get back. At least that way we'll know for sure whether there's a flying saucer in that hangar.
Why are we playing through this?
I don't know. To find out if there's a flying saucer. And
So I
then
guess we have to
we're
get a
gonna-
rock or maybe go in the car. I don't know.
I don't care anymore. What's going on? What do we have to do?
We're supposed to distract that guard by the pole so that Lucas can climb the pole.
Which one? This guy?
Yeah.
Okay. So exciting.
I know, right? Riveting gameplay.
It's all up to you, Lucas.
Why are you letting yourself get caught?
Hey, what do you think you're doing there?
I'm looking for my cat, sir. He ran out of the house. He was on the garbage, but then he got away before I could grab him.
You one of the
Oh my god! Sorry.
Yeah. This is like...
Don't move or I'll shoot!
I don't care. I don't care about this. I bet I don't have to start from the beginning. Oh, thank God.
Oh, God, this part of the game is like
When's the weird shit gonna happen?
Like, why are we doing this? Why is this important?
Because we're gonna find an alien and absorb psychic
It's all up to
powers
you,
from
Lucas.
the Chichichura. I don't remember what it was called. I just know it started with a C. Why can't I
Hey,
just go up?
what do you think you're doing there?
I'm looking for my cat, sir. He ran out of the house. He was on the garbage, but then he got away before I could grab him.
You're one of the Kane boys, right? Head on home, son. You shouldn't be out prowling around alone at this hour.
What about my cat,
Is
sir?
this a joke?
We'll find him tomorrow. Right now, you go on back home. Don't move or I'll shoot!
Oh my God. It would be great if it... Oh, thank God.
Anyway, kids, you should always look up tips on how to unlock shit in case you get kidnapped. That's like my plan. Like, I have so many plans in case someone kidnaps me.
But if you do get kidnapped and you don't know how to do any of those things,
It's
you
okay.
also shouldn't feel like it's your fault.
Anyone who's kidnapped right now and watching this video, it's not your fault.
No, I'm just saying, like, you know how people always do that thing with, like,
Oh, yeah. I mean, if you're kidnapped, what the fuck? Don't yell at them.
yeah, like, they do it with, like, rape victims all the time. They're like, well, why did you do this? Why did she do that? Blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, okay, just stop.
Like, okay, it's not their fault. It's the person who did it. That's...
Well, and,
it's like, I'm like, how come nobody goes, well, why didn't the rapist not rape? And I'm like, this
But you know how like it's like one thing when like when you watch a movie to feel like the character is making stupid decisions. It's another thing to look at like when it actually happens to a person and they don't handle it in the way that you would.
Some people feel, I'm not trying to put this on you, that like that's part of victim blaming culture is the way movies are made by like watching them.
Mm-hmm.
But I kind of agree, but I also really love being a bitch, so what?
Well, okay, so 2 things. 1, I kind of agree with that. 2, I think we're self-aware enough that it's okay.
It's okay for us to do it, but nobody else.
No, I'm saying like if you're self-aware.
Here's the thing: people need to have these conversations in order for people to be self-aware. Does that make sense? So we can have violence in video games. We can have victim blaming in movies and stuff. So long as we have these conversations, also freedom of speech, but also freedom to talk about the speech.
Yeah. Well, I think most like research supports that violent people tend to seek out violent video games, not that the video games cause the violence.
That is true. I'm just saying that we should all talk openly about these subjects, like with tropes versus women, without having to sacrifice having the negative tropes, as long as we talk about it so people can realize
that it's a trope and that it's not real.
It's not real. That's kind of like what I think the positive thing is like you don't have to get rid of the tropes, but you do need to have a discussion about it.
Yeah.
And then I don't
it's very similar for like hypersexualizing women and whatnot, because it's like we hypersexualize people all the time, like people that we see in video games and whatnot. But it's one thing to like not realize that like you're objectifying a real person.
You just need to have that conversation with other people and with yourself. Like, you have your baser instincts that drive you, but you're still also above that.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry
we're talking about all this random shit, guys, but this part of
this is like boring. Oh, what are we seeing? Alien.
When I got the call, I didn't hesitate for 1 second. I came without telling anybody, not even Tyler. All I knew is that I was supposed to go to the grave of somebody who'd just been buried that morning. Tiffany Harper, Lucas Kane's ex-girlfriend.
Oh.
So yeah, like violence in video games, sexual assault in video games, like I'm not against that being in there, but I would like it to be done well, just like with anything else being done in a video game or a movie.
Yeah.
And I also want to be able to be critical of it and talk about it. Like I'm not against it being in there, but I'm against it being done poorly, just like anybody else for anything other type of mechanic.
Well, it's kind of like how people sometimes use rape as just like a
story plot line.
Look, it's gritty, but like without really like explaining how like it's just like tossed in there, and it's like, how is this?
What did that have to do with anything?
Yeah.
Like, I like it when... I don't like it, but I feel like the best genre...
I like it when people are raped appropriately. That's what that sounded like.
I think the best genre to cover things like murder, rape, and, like, other, like, really traumatic things is horror, because it's supposed to be scary.
Mm-hmm.
It's supposed to make you feel bad and, like, stuff like that. Like, when that happens in, like, dramas and stuff, I feel like they try too hard to make it something that it's not. Like, everyone feel free to disagree and everything. But...
I completely disagree with you.
Okay, go ahead.
Because I feel like when they use it in horror, that's exactly when they're using it as like, look, rape is scary, and it's like, actually, it is scary, but it's also like, it's a part of people's lives that happens. And I'm not saying it's like better in a drama, but there's something about, like, remember we were talking about American Horror Story the other day, and you were like, yeah, I feel like everybody gets raped. It's like a very rapey season of the show.
Yeah, there was one season of the show that was like, everyone was being raped.
Yes, and how is that better?
I'm not saying it's better, I just feel like it's a more appropriate genre. That's just my opinion, where I'm like, this is supposed...
It's like, but that's like.
It's like I Spit on Your Grave, where like it was like.
I'm not saying that you shouldn't use it in horror movies, but I'm saying like it's also a part of like real people's lives, you know?
Yeah.
And to use it like just as a mechanic to like.
I'm not talking about like The Hills Have Eyes kind of thing. I'm talking more like I Spit on Your Grave or Irreversible and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Where it's horror but it makes you feel terrible and stuff. You're like, oh my god, what's going on?
I don't know. I don't like the idea of like sexual violence against women being used to make me feel scared, because it's like, okay, you know, that's just like a very common mechanic used to make women feel scared, not
you're right.
to make men feel scared. I'm not saying that men don't get raped or that it's never used. It's just way more common for it to be used against women. And that...
Just to point out, I'm not trying to make you... I'm agreeing with you on that point.
Yep.
Please don't be dismissive of male victims of rape, because that's super shitty.
God, we're just going in every direction.
Because we're... Okay, alright. We're getting way too serious.
Sorry.
Anyway, my point was, I Spit on Your Grave.
Agreed with you. Don't be dismissive of male rape. And now we need to
my god! Oh my god! Oh, sorry, this got like so bad because we're like so
dark.
Because we're so bored. But anyway, my point was like the original I Spit on Your Grave was a feminist controversy, because some people felt like it was really good and some people felt it was really bad because the director intentionally made it so that the rape scene was not sexy.
Yeah.
And it was very scary. So in order to like, because... You know, he was trying to make it not pornographic.
Yep.
And some feminists thought it was, like, really terrible, and other feminists were like, oh, yeah, I like that. So
fuck
yeah, that's terrible.
That's
you know what I mean?
actually terrible, the way it is supposed to be not sexualized.
Yeah, that's what I meant. When rape is, like, on screen, it's not pornographic.
Yeah.
Sorry. Anyway.
Video games are fun.
Video games are fun.
Oh, my God, we're the worst.
I'm so sorry. What? Is that her? Is that
Tiffany.
her mom?
She was a good person.
She died like 10 seconds ago.
She didn't have anything to do with all of this.
What?
Yeah. She died this morning.
Wary.
You didn't come here to arrest me.
Oh my god.
You
what?
know
It's been
that
like
I'm not
10
the one
seconds.
responsible for all of those murders.
Oh, yeah? And what makes you say that?
I hear your thoughts.
I don't even believe
I know
him.
that this case has disturbed you enough to make you listen
Get
to what I
ready.
have to say.
That's weird.
Great.
No steam comes out of his mouth when he talks, like his breath was already cold. Well then, who is the real killer?
I don't know his name. I don't even know if there's anyone alive who does. All that I do know is that he's a Mayan oracle who has the power to erase all memory of his existence from anyone who sees him.
I would not believe this shit.
Go on.
Why?
Why does he want to kill all of these people?
He's using the ritual to find a little girl, the Indigo child.
Awesome.
Why does he want this little girl?
I'm not sure. All I know is that the child is very special, and that the fate of humanity depends on her.
The Oracle
Okay.
isn't acting alone, is he?
He belongs to a secret clan who have
Orange
united the
Society.
most powerful beings on Earth. Their power has no limit, and they'll do anything to get the Indigo child.
You mean the Orange Clan?
You already know about them?
I went to see one of the murderers in an asylum. He talked about the Orange Clan. Oh, this is just unbelievable. But his story is consistent. It seems to fit with what I already know.
Oh my god. I would not believe this shit.
What about all of these dead people around you, Lucas? What happened to Tiffany? And that old woman, Agatha?
The Oracle wanted to eliminate me. I had become an inconvenience to him. He wanted to keep Agatha from talking, and he used Tiffany to draw me into a trap.
All of these deaths, he talks about them with no emotion. As if nothing mattered to him anymore.
Well, that would be a bad thing.
And your apartment? When we came to arrest you, the walls were covered with ritualistic symbols and articles about the murder cut out of the paper.
It was all arranged to make me the ideal suspect. The Oracle and the Orange Clan were behind all that.
I would not believe this guy. I just, like,
How
I
did
don't
you
believe
learn
him
all
now.
this?
I just know, that's all. The question isn't whether what I'm saying is true or not. The question is, are you going to help me?
No.
What?
Why are you telling me all of this?
Because you're the only person who knows that what I'm saying is true.
Can I just shoot
And even
him?
if you're right, what can we do about it? Nobody's gonna believe all this. And if the Oracle really has all these powers, what can we do to stop him?
Find the Indigo child before he does, and hide her someplace safe.
Do you know where she is?
Not yet, but I'll find her. I see through the eyes of the Oracle during his visions. If he sees her, I'll see her.
I'm sorry, I'm like completely
This is
zoning
just
out.
insane.
too.
I cannot believe I'm actually sitting here talking about saving the world with a fugitive wanted by every police department in the country.
You're free to choose which side you're on. You can arrest me, or you can trust me and help me
Let's
save
arrest
the
him.
child.
Yeah.
But you must decide quickly. I haven't got much time.
So, either you're crazy or you're some kind of hero.
Neither one nor the other. I was just in the wrong place at the wrong time.
What?
Are you
His hand.
serious?
It's as cold as ice.
Doesn't she have gloves on?
Why did I need to... I wanted to arrest him.
Then it'd be over.
Let's be Lucas.
Because he's fucking crazy.
Yeah, I love it. It's amazing.